With the first month of the new year coming to its end, what better way to reflect back on the month than to count down the top 3 scariest games of January 2024. Before we get into it, I just want to make a few things clear. First, these are all just my personal opinion on what the scariest games were. I'm not saying that this list is objective or that this is fact, it's just my subjective opinion based on my own playing experience. Second, I'm only going to be counting games that I myself have played, so there are going to be plenty of scary and high quality games out there from this past month that will not be on this list. Third, I'm only going to be rating games based on scare factor. This is not necessarily a best horror games list, so it doesn't matter if a game had incredible graphics and an amazing storyline with super fun in-game mechanics. If the scare factor wasn't high, then it's not going to make this list. Also, this video will contain some spoilers, so if you care about that, then you might want to click away now. Now, with all that said, let's get into it. At number 3, we have Take a Look Around. Take a Look Around is a horror game where you have super creepy mannequins that only move when you aren't looking at them, much like the very famous weeping angels from Doctor Who. What makes this game scary is how atmospheric it is with its super creepy music and really unsettling environment. You have to find certain items to advance in each section of the game, and you have to search around this super creepy environment while looking behind you and around you to make sure that the mannequins don't kill you, causing a scary feeling of rushed panic. What makes it even worse is that some of the mannequins seem to be normal, so you won't be 100% sure which ones are safe and which ones are dangerous until you catch them trying to get you. If you are someone that really enjoys atmospheric horror games, or, especially if you have a fear of mannequins, then this is definitely the game for you. If you want to watch my playthrough of this game, or if you want to play the game for yourself, then the links to both of those are in the description below. At number 2, we have Rotten Flesh. Rotten Flesh is a horror game where your dog, whose name is Roy, ran into the sewers and you run in there after him to find him, but it turns out that something is down there with you and you need to find your dog and get out without that something catching and killing you. This game has amazing ambiance and sound, so often unsettling sounds will happen that sound close, and you are not sure if it's something dangerous or just background noise, and often you end up hiding when there isn't even a need to do so. Also, this game is connected to your microphone, and the monster can hear you and determine your location based off that, so you have to be quiet in real life as well. Rotten Flesh is amazing at making you feel paranoid and getting your own imagination to scare you even when you are not in any danger. You also can shout into your microphone to hear Roy barking back at you to help determine his location, but if you don't want to use your microphone, you can also just hit space and the in-game voice will shout instead. So the game is a tricky balancing act between needing to make enough noise to find your dog, but not so much to give away your location to the monster. This game feels very similar to Amnesia: The Dark Descent, with its dark, creepy, dungeon-like environment, amazing use of noise and sound effects to make you think that you might be in danger even when you might not be, as well as the ability to hide in cabinets and under tables. I myself have only played the demo as of the time of recording this video, so if you yourself want to play the full version, there is still lots for you to discover on your own that hasn't been mentioned here. Keep in mind, the full version does cost money, but the demo is free if you just want to give that a try for now. Links to both of those, as well as my own gameplay video, are down in the description below. At number 1, we have our scariest game of the month, The Pony Factory. The Pony Factory is a mostly black and white horror game where you go into this seemingly abandoned factory searching for something, and it turns out that there are these undead pony creatures that jump out at you from the pitch darkness and try to kill you. But you have a gun and a flashlight. However, while going through the factory, you can only use one at a time, so often you have to choose between having the flashlight out and hoping that you can switch back to the gun on time if you come across a monster, or just having the gun out and hoping that you can rely well enough off of sound and being able to see in the darkness. Both options make it much scarier than if it was a gun and a flashlight at the same time. The game has a lot of corners and big pieces of machinery that monsters may or may not be hiding behind waiting to ambush you. The game has a health bar and limited ammo, so it is possible to find yourself in a terrifying scenario where you are only one hit away from death and low on ammo and quickly peeking around dark corners, hoping that either nothing is there, or getting jump scared and hoping that you can switch back to your gun on time and are accurate enough shooting in the dark with limited ammo to be able to kill the monsters before they get to you and kill you. But thankfully, there is more health and ammo laying around, and if you take the time to search the local area for it and make a mental note of where any of it is if you need to go back and get it later, then you should be okay. The game does cost money to play, but it's not much. Once again, the link to my playthrough of the game, as well as the link directly to the game if you want to play it yourself, are both in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. I will see you all next time.